This is Around Town on WROL. Okay, lovers of yard sales, wander aimlessly no more. Now you can find yard sales in your area online or advertise your own yard sale for free. Thanks for tuning in. This is Carol Austin, and we're meeting a new friend in the studio today. Dennis Suto has come in to tell us about a very unique idea that he has turned into a business that is free to you. Good morning, Dennis.
How you doing?
We're doing really well, and we're delighted to hear about this exciting idea. You came up with a plan whereby people can solve the problem of where do I go for a yard sale this weekend in an efficient, gas use friendly, time friendly manner, and it's called yardsaleforall.com.
Which means for all.
For all. Now you're talking about even across the country,
yes,
right? This
is actually a national in terms of having one easy resource, either to have a yard sale, to have a estate sale, garage sale, rummage sale, a church group maybe looking to raise money, maybe even some people who wants to get the community together.
Yes.
And they want to start from their home, whether it's serving coffee or whether it's actually, selling some candy for a charity. I mean, this could be one resource because as it is right now, there's really not a reliable resource that actually has this medium. So
yardsaleforall.com is the place where you go when you're looking for yard sales in your area. You used this as a way to solve a problem at home, didn't you, Dennis?
Very much so.
And whose idea was that?
My lovely wife, she is a lover of bargains. She will go to flea markets. She will go to yard sales. She actually came up with an idea of a business. And in order for her to sell those wares, she actually used to drag me every weekend to yard sales. And we put on about over 30,000 miles on a car in 1 year back in 2007. While I was driving, I was just saying to myself, we're wandering aimlessly. We're going neighborhoods. I'm sure everybody that's probably is listening about yard sales where they're straining their eyes. Sometimes you see some major highways where there's either these real small faded signs of yard sales and you really don't know where to go.
Written in a thin pen even. They use thin pens. They use a thick marker or something.
Yeah, something visual. I mean, we had a yard sale once and I had these long vinyl things that they use for signs. And I took spray paint. And I put it over on the entire side of the telephone pole. And we got people that came by.
No, but you'll go by and you see maybe one balloon out there.
Exactly.
Where am I supposed to be for this yard sale?
Yeah. And a lot of times, if they'll have it on a driveway, it'll be covered by shrubbery or be you have to be right on top of it, literally. And that's where an idea like this comes about, because this way here, somebody can actually get up in the morning, go on the internet, see what's posting, and have it separate by state, and maybe even go even more depending on as far as the response. So this way here, people can plan. And this way here, you can go, and maybe some of those other yard sales that weren't reported, it might bring you into that one little area.
So you go on to yardsaleforall.com, you find the yard sales in your area that you want to hit, and then you say you even have that attached to Google Maps?
Google Map, yes.
Wow. That's fantastic.
We're hoping to actually even have it where we'll have an app for an iPhone. So as you're driving by, you're going by, the GPS will help you get there.
I love this.
Without making an accident. It takes
all the pain out of yard sales, doesn't it? It takes the pain out. I have to say, not just a resource for people to go to and get information, you're also looking for people to give you information about yard sales.
Exactly.
And you call those reporters?
I call them reporters because basically this is 100% a free service at this point. And the only way that the success will actually be determined is if we have people post their yard sales on our site, as well as also to people looking for yard sales within their areas that they want to go. Therefore, with this is not a big business in terms of as far as that. So what I'm calling out for is people who can do the reporting, that love yard sales, that love this stuff. They're picking up their newspapers, which some people still read. They're driving by in their neighborhood. They see some signs, and maybe they know people. Maybe they want to help a neighbor. say, hey, I hear you're having a yard sale. Perhaps they're
Did
moving.
you know you can go to yardsaleforall.com and post it, right?
And put it on. You can even go as far as posting pictures. There's no cost on
Oh,
that.
really?
The way you have it is that you go onto our site. There's an introduction. When you go deep into the Yard Sale for All as far as posting or looking for it, I have it separated by state.
So if I'm planning to go to Rhode Island for the weekend, for example, I go to your website, yardsaleforall.com, go and look at what's available in Rhode Island for yard sales for this weekend.
Yeah.
And then, as I'm driving around, going to these yard sales, a couple more pop up that aren't listed on the site yet. I don't have to be a registered reporter with you. I just go online and post it there.
Just people keep... It's kind of like when you're talking about Facebook.
Yeah.
We're also on Twitter, too, and these reporters would probably have privy to not only the website, but also to the Twitter account.
Great.
So people who want to actually be tweeted in terms of as far as what yard sale goes on, this can happen. What you were saying before is the same analogy we've had. When I've gone up to see my mother up in New Hampshire, my wife would go and say, well, what's in it for me? I like yard sales, and then what would be an ideal thing is you can buy every single paper from here in 3 hours up.
Right.
But in this case here, you have one resource, and you can actually route your excursion to grandma's house or mom's house and actually go hit on all the different yard sales to please your significant other.
Again, the website is yardsaleforall.com. Dennis Sudo came up with this idea as a way to keep harmony in his home, and it's working really well so far. So good, right? Mm-hmm. Now, as we're going into spring and summer and fall, these are going to be the big times now for yard sales. Things are going to be heating up, right?
Absolutely. There's a lot of things going for. One of the economy.
Yeah.
The other part is also a lot of people looking for different treasures. You have for all, ALL. So it's YARDSALE, the number 4 and all.
Excellent. And it's fun, too, I'm sure, for people to network with other yard salers, to trade stories about what they've found or where's always a good place to go. They have good stuff. So you can it's a social network as well.
Absolutely. And it's great for organizations, from charities to churches. I mean, most churches always want to reach out as far as in the community to get more followers, of course. But for the most part, to do service for the community.
Right.
This is just a very convenient and inexpensive media to actually really broadcast that out.
Free advertising.
Right.
Yeah. So it includes, let's see, the categories are yard sales, flea markets as well.
Could be flea markets,
yeah. And fundraisers for nonprofits. Mm-hmm. That is so cool. I just love this idea. It's brilliant. Mm-hmm. Now, you say it's stretching across the country. So, again, if I were going to go, say, visit Nevada, I could go on and look at that state and see if there's anything around where I'm going to be where I could go yard sailing while I'm there.
Well, I mean, the thing is that you can actually see... even driving down the street, those hard-to-read signs, you see people that throw things out, some things that are really good, and you're like, I wish I had a van.
Right.
I could actually put it in there. I mean, this could help you prepare your day. It's kind of where it's pinnacle that both sides have to really get in on this.
Right. You need input as well as,
Right now, it is a pilot program.
Right.
It's free.
Yeah.
And basically, we want to really just reach out to people. Through my experience in hardships and pain as far as driving along aimlessly trying to find and making these illegal turns to hard-to-reach places, maybe this will minimize that. It'll probably make the traffic cop
reduce
poor.
The stress in your marriage, possibly, in your relationships with your family.
Well, I just sit in the car, that's all. Keep the motor running.
Yeah, and just hand her your wallet, right?
Yes, exactly. Actually selling their things, a great thing, which a lot of people have growing families,
right?
Toys.
Oh, yes.
A lot of times you see these yard sales. Basically, it's all toys. Their children have grown up,
right?
Sporting equipment,
yes,
things like that. That's where these are very, very advantageous.
Oh yeah.
And people have basically just been, like I said, just fumbling, looking in a newspaper. The newspaper you have to pay to have this in.
Right.
Here, you have one resource. You find it. People can mention it. I mean, that's one thing I would suggest people who do list their yard sales. Make it interesting. Make it to where you're motivating the person to go to your yard sale.
Yeah.
If it's all kids,
right, make
clothing,
it specific as well, right?
Exactly.
We're talking with Dennis Suda, yard sale for, and that's the number 4all.com. We encourage you to go on there. Look and find out what's going on in your community or in the town, in the state where you're going to be going. See if you can find a yard sale that offers you what you're looking for. And when you hear about some that are coming up, when you find some on the street as you're passing by, go to yardsaleforall.com and note it there. Be a reporter for Dennis. I want to thank you so much for coming in. This is a really exciting idea, and I hope it really takes off.
Me too.